Welcome back to the county seat. Our topic today is Zoo Arts Parks. RAPZ, R-A-P-Z, zoos at the end for you guys, the different taxes that are around. We've kind of covered the taxes that deal with tourism and recreation and cultural things and how many different taxes there are that help generate these funds. But I'd really like to take some time and talk about the good that's been done with them. We've got Utah's most populated county. We've got a mid-sized county here, so we've got two really different perspectives on it. Gordon, let's talk about Cache County. What are some of the really, from your personal opinion, some of the really stellar things that...
You know, Cache County is, of course, a very beautiful county. In the event that we get quite a bit of rain and we've got a lot of greenery there. One of the events that we do with RAPZ tax, and we contribute a little money towards the Cache Valley Cruise and Car Show, the largest car show in the Intermountain West, and it'll bring in somewhere in the neighborhood of over 1,000 to 1,200 antique cars. Huh. And they all go down to the Cache County Fairgrounds and they display their cars there for a 3-day period. And the public's invited, and it's just a wonderful show of antique cars. Some all the way from the looks of a bathtub all the way to the Sportsters and different things like that. And then to top it all off, they clear and block off all the roads of Main Street, and for the evening, all those 57 Chevys and old cars that you just loved when you was a boy, you could see, they drive up and down Main Street, and it's just a big celebration there. It's one of the things that we do with the RAPZ tax. The other thing is the Ellen's Ice Arena. That would have never been in operation if it hadn't been for the ongoing RAPZ tax participation. And each year it gets closer and closer to the point where it's going to be self-sufficient and be able to do itself, but it wouldn't have ever been able to be started without donations with the RAP tax.
Well, Vicki, from Salt Lake County's perspective, I mean, the zoo has really been a central part of the motivation to make this happen, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. And the zoo has gone through major transformations because of ZAP funding and other public funding. It's a great place to take your family to visit. And I think that's one of the things that's so important about this funding is that it creates lifelong experiences that you share with your children, with your grandchildren. In Salt Lake County, 9.5 million people have attended an event that was sponsored by our arts partners, cultural partners, botanical organizations. And of those, 3.2 million received an event, a performance, or an activity for free.
Wow, that's fairly significant. And that is something that we were actually talking about before we started taping the show, is that not everything that happens in a community really can be or should be self-sufficient and user fee based. There are some things that just have value. And you were talking about that in the case with some of the things that you have up in Cache County.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Some of the things that you do in all cities and all communities is you have events that if it wasn't for outside contributions, you would never be able to put them on. One of the things that we've done quite largely in Cache Valley is we have been putting a lot of this money into trails that keep open and fix them so that there's access and parking and different things that if it wasn't for this type of money, it would be years and years and years before there'd be enough money generated within the community to be able to take these parks and these trails, and we try to hook the trail to a park, and so you go to the park and then you can go on a long hike up in the mountains, and that's one of the benefits that's come from these RAPZ tax money.
We're creating healthy and cultural communities. We're creating opportunities for people to walk trails, to do swimming programs that are affordable. We recently opened the J.L. Sorensen Recreation Center in Harriman. It's our largest facility. Before it opened, we had 5,000 people purchase memberships, annual memberships, and within the first week, we had 2,500 more people purchase memberships. This facility is full from morning until night. People are loving it to death, and we are so pleased.
And you were involved in the construction of that with this project,
Yes.
as well as helping subsidize the operation of it?
Yes, yes.
All right, well, we've got one more segment to talk about the ZAP and RAPZ and the different things that can be done with it. Stay with us, we'll be right back with more of the County Seat in just a second.
Along Interstate 70 and Highway 89 is an area that is rich with high mountain peaks, vast forests, lakes, streams, historical sites, and a climate that is perfect for outdoor adventures, no matter what the season. Whether you visit Sevier County to catch one of the many celebrations, experience a country-style county fair, or be part of various concerts, sports, or equestrian events, you will be greeted by local residents with a smile and a welcoming hand. In the center of it all, Sevier County.
Or 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. We have ignition sequence start. Engines on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Launch commit. Liftoff. We have liftoff. 3 minutes past the hour.
The State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration. SITLA manages 3.5 million acres of Utah lands with the express purpose of furthering the education of Utah students while promoting local industry, oil and gas, even residential development, all at the same time. Through the careful use of trust lands, we distributed more than $22 million to Utah schools last year. The State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration, building the state's permanent school fund.
In order for there to be adventure, there must first be a land that offers it. In order for there to be discovery, there must first be something undiscovered. It's time you discovered northeastern Utah's dinosaur lands, the trails, water, beauty, and history that have been 65 million years in the making. Take your journey to a destination where adventure is only limited by your imagination. Join us in Uinta County, Undiscovered Utah.